I lied about loving LaCroix. Now I'm living a fizzy nightmare I can't escape. I'm 30 now, but this entire mess started back when I was 27, right in the middle of that quarter-life crisis phase where you're desperately trying to transform into a functioning adult. You know the type. Meal preppers, indoor plant whisperers, people who drink sparkling water like it's a personality trait. So one day, I walked into a grocery store and with all the confidence of someone faking adulthood, tossed a 12-pack of LaCroix into my cart. I was ready to ascend. That first sip, it hit me like disappointment in a can. It tasted like someone hinted at a fruit from 3 rooms away while I swallowed static. It was awful. But here's the thing. I had already posted a boomerang of me sipping it on my Instagram story with the caption, "New addiction, lol." So now I had to commit. I'd opened the door to the lie and I stepped right in. From that moment on, people believed I was that guy, the guy who just loves his LaCroix. Friends would bring over new flavors like it was a wine tasting. Ooh, have you tried the mango? Coworkers started filling the office fridge with it because you like it, right? Even worse, my girlfriend, now my fiance, thought it was adorable how into sparkling water I was. That Christmas, she bought me a freaking SodaStream. At this point, I was too deep. I had built a whole carbonated persona. Now I'm stuck in this bubble-filled identity. I've become the guy who sips sparkling water with a serious face as if I'm analyzing the floral notes in Pamplemousse. I nod, I swirl the can, I say things like, "Oh, this one's crisp." But in my soul, I'm dying. Because guess what? It all tastes the same, like someone dared to carbonate regret. My fridge is a museum of sadness. Limoncello, beach plum, apricot. The flavors sound exotic, but they all punch me in the mouth with the same bland, fizzy betrayal. And every time I dare to crack open a normal drink, say a Gatorade, someone inevitably goes, "Oh wow, no LaCroix today?" And I have to smile and lie again. Haha, yeah, mixing it up. All while my inner voice is screaming, "Help me." I can't escape. I built this house of bubbles, and now I live in it. The worst part? I could have stopped this at any time. I could have told the truth after that first sip. But no, I had to chase the aesthetic. I had to post the story. So if you're young and reading this, let me leave you with this wisdom. Never lie about your favorite drink, because that innocent fib, it'll grow, it'll follow you. It'll turn into 3 years of pretending you enjoy drinking TV static with a citrus afterthought. Thanks for coming to my fizzy little TED Talk. I lied to 911 to escape arrest, and it actually worked. Okay, so buckle up, because this is one of the dumbest yet most genius things I've ever done in my life. I was 19, broke, late to work, and driving a gasping for life economy car that probably belonged in a junkyard. This was back in 1995, and I was literally running on fumes. I rolled up to a right turn, didn't fully stop, just eased through because I knew my car was seconds away from dying and I was this close to the gas station. Naturally, I see those red and blue lights flashing behind me. I groan. Great, just what I needed. So I pull over. I'm panicking because being late to this job meant losing it. They were crazy strict and didn't tolerate any lateness, especially not from someone like me who was already skating on thin ice. Now here's where it gets wild. Back then, there was this new thing called VoiceStream, kind of a big deal. It was like the early version of T-Mobile. The phones were digital, not cellular, and I still remember the sales guy bragging about how the signal couldn't be triangulated or traced. I didn't care at the time, but boy, did that little detail stick with me. The cop walks up and asks for my license, registration, and insurance. I hand it all over like a good citizen. He goes back to his cruiser, and then, in a flash of insane desperation, I get an idea. I whip out my phone and call 911. With the most serious voice I can muster, I tell the operator, "I just saw a man with a shotgun walk into the 7-Eleven 2 blocks from here." I even gave them the exact address to make it convincing. Then I hang up. I sit there for like 30 seconds, heart pounding. Suddenly, the cop sprints back to my car, throws my paperwork at me like it's on fire, and barks, "Come to a complete stop next time." Before I can say a word, he peels out and speeds toward the 7-Eleven. I legit had to push my car the rest of the way to the gas station. It was that close to dying. But man, I felt like a criminal mastermind. I actually fooled them. I couldn't believe it worked. But here's the part I didn't mention yet. Yeah, I wasn't just worried about being late to work. I had bigger problems. Turns out I was driving on a suspended license due to unpaid traffic tickets, and there was a bench warrant out for my arrest. So yeah, I wouldn't have just been a little late to work. I would have been booked, fingerprinted, and possibly looking for a new job from behind bars. That job, by the way, was insanely high turnover and didn't play around. They would have fired me without a second thought. So yes, I lied to 911. I confess, I was a total idiot, and yet somehow it worked.